In this video, I'm going to talk about a problem with Dagger and ViewModels. And you would never think, I think, intuitively that there's a problem with Dagger and ViewModels because ViewModels are part of Jetpack. They're part of the architecture components library for Android, part of the MVVM architecture, which I love very much. I hold it very near and dear to my heart. And Dagger is growing on me, and that's also a product that's owned by Google. So you have two things that are owned and operated by Google, Dagger and we'll say ViewModels, which is part of the architecture components library. You'd think that they would work seamlessly together because they're owned by the same company. And a view model is actually a very ideal place to use Dagger and to inject dependencies, because if you're familiar with the MVVM architecture, you know that typically you have your repository in there, you have maybe some API references to access data. It's a pretty ideal place to do dependency injection, and despite that, you can't inject dependencies into view models by default. So this is a pretty well-known issue, obviously, because of the reasons that I just described. They're both Google products. View models are a pretty ideal place to do dependency injection. And it turns out you can't inject that dependencies into view models. So there's a pretty common, pretty well-known, I'll call it a workaround. It's not really a solution. It's more of a workaround. A solution to me would be something like it working properly. That to me is a solution. And my guess is that in the future, Google will come out with a solution because, like I said, dependencies should be able to be injected into view models. So anyway, there's a workaround, and that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to be showing you the workaround. And if you want more information, I have a great blog post here because, like I said in this course, I'm going to be focusing on the practical application of Dagger and like examples and things like that. I don't want to dive deep into issues, why issues happen, what the issues are, the code generators, blah, 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 blah. Because I want to focus on practical stuff in this course because I think that I could easily go down a path and it would skew this course, 30 minutes off track or something like that. So anyway, this guy, techyourchance.com, he wrote a really, really great article on the exact thing that I'm talking about right now, essentially injecting dependencies into view models and how to use view models with Dagger. And he breaks it down kind of step by step. Here's a proposed solution. Here's why that doesn't work. Here's a proposed solution. Here's why that doesn't work. And here's the final solution. Here's why it works and why it's the best. And you end up using Dagger multi-bindings to basically solve this problem. So I highly recommend reading this article if you're interested in the hows and the whys of the workaround that I'm going to be showing you of how to use view models with Dagger. But yeah, that's going to be kind of it for this video. I just kind of wanted to introduce the problem and talk about what it was and what we need to do. And now in the next video, it's going to be a long one. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. The next one's going to be a very long one. It's going to be a very hard one because we're going to be tackling multi-bindings with Dagger and also injecting view models and things like that. So get ready to look at some difficult stuff. Probably the hardest video of the course will be the next one. So I'll see you in that video.